Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Physics Tricks. So let's start with kinematics, and in this we have first question. So see here, I'll solve 10 questions and 4 questions I'll give for homework. You try to solve that 4 questions I'll solve in the next video. Okay. So see here, this is the first question we have. A car moving on a straight road with a speed 20 meter per second. At t is equal to 0, the driver of a car applies the brakes after watching an obstacle 150 meter ahead. After application of brakes, the car retards with 2 meter per second squared. Find the position of car from the obstacle at t is equal to 15 seconds. Okay, a car moving on a straight road with a speed 20 meter per second, right? It's 20 meter per second given. At t is equal to 0, the driver of car applies the brakes by seeing an obstacle. So at this point he applies the brake, and due to brake we have deceleration of 2 meter per second squared. That is, the acceleration is given in the opposite direction of the velocity, 2 meter per second squared. And obstacle is at a distance of 150 meter. 150 meter. So here is the obstacle. After application of brakes, okay, given, find the position of car from the obstacle at t is equal to 15 seconds. So we have to find what is the distance traveled by this car when velocity is equal to 0. So let's calculate. Final velocity, we know that 0 meter per second. What is the initial velocity over here? 20 meter per second. What is the displacement? S is equal to what? And deceleration we have, and that is equal to 2 meter per second squared, right? Deceleration is 2 meter per second, but acceleration is negative of 2 meter per second squared. So by third kinematical equation, so you can write over here, by third kinematical equation, and that is v squared minus u squared is equal to 2as. We can write s is equal to final velocity squared, that is 0 squared, minus initial velocity squared, that is 20 squared, divided by 2 into a is minus 2. So it is minus 400 divided by 4. So as you can see over here, s we have is minus 100, right? Minus 100 by minus 4. So here it is plus 100 meter. So displacement is plus 100 meter. Okay, before what is called as this stops, right? Before this stone, at a distance of 50 meter, hill or that car will stops. Okay, but we want at t is equal to 15 seconds what is the displacement. Okay, so we'll calculate by second kinematical equation. By second kinematical equation, and that is s is equal to ut plus half at squared. So s is equal to ut plus half at squared, so which is equal to u is given, and that is 20 into t is 15 plus 1 by 2 into minus 2 into t squared, that is 15 squared. So here we have 15 to the 30, so 300 minus this get cancelled, 225, and we have 75 meter. So at 75 meter, that is somewhere here supposed to be, it has certain velocity, right? What is that velocity? If you want, you can calculate that also. And at 100 meter, car's velocity will be 0. So at t is equal to 15 seconds, car will be at a position of 75 meter from the stone or from the initial position. So I hope this is clear to you all. Now we'll move to the next question. And one more thing, they told you to find out the position of the car at t is equal to 15 seconds, right? Yes, in the question they have asked at t is equal to 15 seconds, but you can calculate at what time the velocity of the car is 0. So in this, I'll give one or two questions. First question is, at what time velocity of the car is 0, second, what is the velocity of the car at t is equal to 15 seconds, third, what is the time at which velocity of the car 10 meter per seconds. Okay, so these are the three questions we can frame from the same question, right? So always try to apply your knowledge to the question, right? And create your own question and try to answer that. Okay, so I hope these three questions are clear to you. Try to solve these three questions and comment your answer in the comment box. Okay, I'll reply to your comment as and when required. Chalo, next, second question we have. A body starts with initial velocity u and moves with uniform acceleration. When the velocity has increased to phi u, the acceleration is reversed in direction, the magnitude remaining the constant. Find its velocity when it returns to the starting point. So over here it is given starts with velocity u, moves with uniform acceleration, acceleration is constant throughout. Now when the velocity has increased to phi u, the acceleration reverses in direction. Now here the acceleration reverses in direction, the magnitude remains the same, that means magnitude over here and the magnitude over here is constant. Find its velocity when it returns to the starting point. Now see, here it is phi u, initial velocity phi u when the acceleration reverses. Then what will happen, this phi u will comes down to 4u, then 3u, then 2u, and finally the final velocity we have is 0 meter per second, isn't it? But the acceleration will always be in the same direction, that is backward only. So we want what is this final velocity when it returns to the starting point. So what is the velocity at this point? So firstly we'll calculate what is S1, then we'll calculate what is S2, right? And once we know S1 and S2, put in the third kinematical equation, we'll get what is called as the initial velocity at starting point, right? Sure, let's start. So for S1 we have what is called as third kinematical equation, v squared minus u squared is equal to 2a S1. What is v squared over here? 5u whole squared minus u squared is equal to 2a into S1. So we have S1 as 25u squared minus u squared divided by 2a, so which is equal to 24u squared divided by 2a. This is the equation number 1. Now for S2, what is the final velocity we have? 0 squared minus initial velocity we have 5u whole squared is equal to 2a S2. So we have S2 is equal to, now a over here is minus, so S2 is equal to 25u squared divided by 2a, equation number 2. So what is the total distance over here? Total distance we can write, and that is equal to S1 plus S2, which is equal to 24u squared divided by 2a plus 25u squared divided by 2a, and if you just calculate you will get 49u squared divided by 2a. So therefore velocity at the starting point is root of 2 into a into S1 plus S2, that is 49u squared divided by 2a. So this 2a cancel, will get 7u is the answer. So I hope this is clear to you all. So this is the second question which we have. Now the next question, third question, a bus accelerates from rest at a constant rate alpha for some time, after which it decelerates at a constant rate beta to come to rest. If total time elapsed is t seconds, then evaluate the maximum velocity achieved and total distance traveled. So we'll solve this by graphical approach. It is very simple if you do it by graphical approach. It is given a body accelerates from rest, and what is the rate given? Alpha. So velocity versus time graph I am drawing. So it accelerates with a acceleration of alpha for some time, after which it decelerates at a constant rate beta to come to rest. So this is given, come to rest beta, decelerate. In this is capital T and this is total time is given small t. So evaluate the maximum velocity achieved and the total distance traveled. So over here maximum velocity achieved is this one, and the total distance is area under this velocity time graph. Area under velocity time graph gives displacement, and this displacement is exactly equal to what? Distance. Why? Because velocity is positive in this case, right? Velocity is positive in this case, so magnitude of the displacement is exactly equal to the distance. So yes, we have to consider the magnitude of the displacement over here. So now for the first one, what is alpha? Alpha we have is Vmax y2 minus y1 is 0 divided by x2 minus x1 is t minus 0. So it is equal to Vmax divided by capital T. Now what is beta over here? Beta, as you can see over here, beta is Vmax minus 0 divided by small t minus the capital T. So what is Vmax? Vmax we have is alpha into capital T, and over here Vmax is beta into small t minus capital T. As left hand side is equal, right hand side must be equal, that is alpha t must be equal to beta small t minus capital T, and if you just solve this, alpha t is equal to beta small t minus beta capital T. So alpha in bracket, sorry, t we can take common, capital T in bracket alpha plus beta is equal to beta into small t. So what is capital T over here? Beta into small t divided by alpha plus beta. So what is Vmax then? Vmax is alpha into capital T, put this capital T over here, will get alpha beta small t divided by alpha plus beta. This is the Vmax we have. This is the Vmax we have. Once we got the maximum value of the velocity, we can calculate the area under this graph. What is the area under this graph? It is the half base into height. So distance is equal to 1 by 2, base over here is t, into height over here is Vmax. So which is equal to 1 by 2 into t into Vmax is alpha beta small t divided by alpha plus beta. And yes, what is the answer then? Alpha beta t square divided by twice of alpha plus beta. And as you can see, this is the displacement or the distance, and this is the velocity we have. So I hope this is clear to you all. Now the next question we have, fourth question, in SI unit ascent is given 2 plus 0.4 n, find initial velocity and acceleration. So see here, ascent formula, we know that 2 plus 0.4 n, that is equal to u plus a by 2n minus 1. This is the ascent formula. So convert this into the ascent formula. So to convert this, Sn is equal to u2 plus a by 2 we want. So this is 0.4 divided by 2 in bracket 2n. I can do minus 1 and the plus 1, that indicates 0.4 n only. See, minus 1 plus 1 0, 2 get cancelled, 0.4 n only. Okay, so Sn is equal to 2 plus, this will become 0.4 by 2 2n minus 1 plus 0.4 by 2. I multiplied this by 0.4 by 2 and this 1 by 0.4 by 2, and we'll get Sn is equal to 2.2 plus 0.4 by 2, 2n minus 1. So what is u over here? U is 2.2. What is A? A is 0.4, right? So you can write by comparing U is equal to 2.2 meter per seconds and A is 0.4 meter per second square. So I hope this is clear to you all. It's very simple, right? So next problem we have, that is question number 5. The displacement time graph of two particles P and Q are given the ratio of their velocities. See, 2-3 points that you need to remember always, right? First one, slope of displacement time graph gives velocity. Slope of displacement time graph gives velocity. Second, area under velocity time graph gives displacement. Third point, slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration. Fourth point, area under acceleration time graph gives change in velocity. So these 4 points are very important. And one more thing, slope indicates the differentiation d by dt, area indicates the integration, slope indicates the differentiation, area indicates the integration. Okay, so all these points must be clear to you all. So over here, and the slope indicates m, and that is equal to tan theta, and that is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, right? So though you are giving what is called as the NEAT, you have to remember these things. Okay, slope is tan theta, that is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So over here, as you can see, velocity of P is equal to tan theta, you can write, tan 60 degree you can write. What is tan 60 degree? It is root 3. And velocity of Q point, and that is tan 30 degree, which is equal to 1 by root 3. They want Vp by Vq. So I'll write over here, it is Vp divided by Vq, that is what they want. So root 3 divided by 1 by root 3, it is denominator's denominator, it will be on the in the numerator. So 3 by 1. So Vp is to Vq is equal to 3 is to 1. So I hope all these things are clear to you all. Chalo. So next question. A particle is at x is equal to positive 5 meter at t is equal to 0, then x is equal to minus 7 meter at t is equal to 6 seconds, and x is equal to 2 meter at t is equal to 10 seconds. Find the average velocity of particle during the interval a given, b given, and c given. So average velocity is total displacement by total time you have. Over here, what is the total displacement? Total displacement is initial position minus the final position minus the initial position. So final position over here is minus 7, initial position is plus 5. So average velocity you can write total displacement for A, total displacement from t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 6 seconds is minus 7 minus 5 divided by total time is 6 minus 0 is equal to minus 12 divided by 6, which is equal to minus 2 meter per seconds. Now for B, 6 to 10 seconds, at 6 minus 7, at 10 plus 2 indicates average velocity is, I'm writing directly now, why? Because displacement is final position minus the initial position. Final position is 10, 2 minus initial position is minus 7 divided by total time we have is 10 minus 6 indicates 9 divided by 4, which is equal to over here, as you can see, 9 divided by 4 is 2.25 meter per seconds. Now last C, 0 to 10 second, initial position is plus 5, final position is 2, so you can write average velocity, final position minus the initial position, that is 2 minus 5 divided by total time is 10 minus 0, which is equal to minus 3 divided by 10, which is equal to minus 0.3 meter per second. So do remember, average velocity is total displacement by total time. Total displacement is final position minus the initial position. So same formula I have used, final position minus the initial position divided by the total time is the average velocity. So I hope this is clear to you all. Next, the two ends of a train moving with uniform acceleration pass a certain point with velocity u and v. Find the velocity with which the middle point of the train passes the same point. So over here, this is the train given. This is the point. Front point or front end of the train passes with u. Right, this point passes with the u, and this back end passes with v. We want what is the velocity of middle point. So middle point indicate this is a, or else you can consider x, because a is for acceleration. So here this is also x. So you can apply what is called as the third kinematic equation for first half and the last half. So by third kinematic equation, for the front end and the middle part, it will be Vm squared is the final velocity minus initial velocity is u squared is equal to 2a into x, equation number 1. Likewise for the back end, initial velocity is Vm and final velocity is v. So it will be v squared minus Vm squared is equal to 2ax, equation number 2. So from 1 and 2, as the right hand side is equal, left hand side must be equal. So Vm squared minus u squared must be equal to v squared minus Vm squared. So we can write 2Vm squared is equal to v squared plus u squared. So from this, Vm is equal to root of v squared plus u squared divided by 2. So this is the answer we have. So I hope this is clear to you all. Next question, 8th question we have. Figure given here shows the displacement time graph for a particle. Is it practically possible? So see here, for time, for a single time, as you can see, there are two displacements, right? At t is equal to 0, right? T is equal to t naught or whatever it is, right? We have position of a particle at 1 meter also supposed to be, the position of particle at minus 1 meter also supposed to be, right? Means at the single time the particle is at, we can say, at home as well as at school, right? Is this possible? This is not at all possible, isn't it? At the single time particle can exist at single position, isn't it? So this situation practically not at all possible. So whenever you find at single point two positions of a particle, this is practically not at all possible. This is This is nothing but what? This is nothing but the particle exists at the same time at two locations. That means at school and at home at the same time. This is not at all possible, isn't it? If you are at school, you are not present in school. You are not present at home, and if you are at home, you are not present in a school. So this is how you have to think. So yes, it is not at all possible. Chalo, next problem we have AT graph is given and find the maximum velocity attained by the body if body starts from rest. So over here, acceleration time graphs area gives change in velocity, right? So final velocity minus the initial velocity it will give. So change in velocity is equal to area under acceleration time graph. So over here area is nothing but the triangle area. So 1 by 2 base is 11 into height is 10. So you will get 55. So here v minus u is equal to 55. So we have maximum velocity possible is u plus 55. But here as it starts from rest, it will be 55 meter per second. So it is very simple. Now we have 10th question. A body leaving a certain point O moves with constant acceleration. At the end of 5th second, its velocity is 1.5 meter per second. At the end of 6th second, the body stops and then begins to move backwards. Find the distance traversed by the body before it stops. Determine the velocity with which the body returns to the point O. Okay, so now it is given, this is the situation. Body leaving a certain point, that means initial velocity is not given, u. Moves with a constant acceleration is constant given a. At the end of 5th second, that t is equal to 5 seconds, its velocity is 1.5 meter per second, and at the end of 6 seconds, that is t is equal to 6, its velocity is 0 meter per second. Find the distance traveled, that means total distance traveled before it stops, and what is called as the velocity when it returns back. Okay, chalo, let's find out that. So final velocity is 1.5 is equal to initial velocity is u plus a into t we have is 5. This is the first case. Then second case, in the second case final velocity is 0 is equal to initial velocity is 1.5 plus a into t we have is 1 second. So if you just find out a value, you will get a as minus 1.5 and meter per second squared. So this value put it over here. So from this we'll get 1.5 is equal to u plus a is minus 1.5 into 5. So if you just calculate the value of u, you will get 1.5 plus 7.5, and that is 9 meter per second. So this is the initial velocity which we have, 9 meter per second, and acceleration is minus 1.5 meter per second squared, and that is deceleration is 1.5 meter per second squared. This is the initial velocity we have. What is the total distance then? S is equal to ut plus half at squared. U is what? 9. T is what? We have total time is 6 plus 1 by 2. A is minus 1.5. T squared, that is 36 we have. So this is 54 minus 1.5 into 18. So which is equal to 54 minus this is 27, and as you can see this is 27 meter. So I hope this is clear. So velocity with which it will come back, it will be 9 meter per seconds, and the total distance it travels is 27 meter. So this is the 11th question which we have. A train of length given, calculate the time taken by the train. Then 12th question, then 13th question, then 14th question. So all these questions try to solve and comment your answers in the comment box.